Hi, today we're going to talk about taking light on location, assessing that location, and matching your light to the character of light that already exists.
Adorama TV presents Photo on the Go with Joe McNally, where you'll go behind the scenes to see how great photos are made.
Hi, this is Joe McNally for Adorama TV. The reason I go to Adorama, it's a real store with real people, and I've got friends and associates there who have guided me through all my camera purchases for years. So our studio friend, Charlie, is a bagpipe repairman, which is, as you might imagine, a bit of a niche industry. And his shop is predictably kind of a mess. It's got all the stuff of years and years of handcrafting bits and pieces of bagpipes just everywhere, littered. There's no window light in Charlie's shop. It's a fairly dense, dank basement area that is lit with, how to say this? It's lit with ugly fluorescence, but in a way it gives the place its essential charm or character, okay? There's hard, raw industrial light that is infusing the entire scene. Charlie, of course, is a bagpipe player, so I placed him in the middle of his shop with the object of his longtime attention, a bagpipe, and then had to bring a light that was appropriate for him, but also, I think even more importantly, appropriate for the character of the location. So first and foremost, you get your subject seated or arranged in the photograph the way you want, and you look at the way the light drapes itself on the scene. I am not going to bring a 74-inch octa into a scene like this, because then that's kind of like almost a Hollywood treatment for a guy who is pretty nitty-gritty. I want my light to kind of match what he does, but again, very importantly, a 74-inch octa or some big, beautiful light source would be inappropriate in this kind of, industrial lit location. So let's take a look. Charlie, of course, is, he's over here. Let's do this, okay, there's Charlie, okay, and he's got the bagpipe right there. He's seated, okay, or in here, okay, somewhere's in there, okay. There's his arms, etc., okay. And my camera angle is slightly this way. It's a wide lens, all right, so it takes in the scene. The biggest piece of existing lighting is a large fluorescent bar up in here, okay. That is providing a lot of dominant light coming from camera left. There's some other sort of lights up in here. The fluorescent bars are all back in here in the shop, and over here is a table that is filled with the stems or wooden pieces that fit into a bagpipe. They're all in array, kind of a just a kind of display case almost of these various wooden tubes, etc., bagpipe parts. So I'm confronted with the situation of lighting for the scene, and also lighting my character, and also providing editorial information to my viewer, because all of the stuff in the shop, as dark as it is, has to be lit on some level, because I have to let my viewer know what Charlie's story is all about. So first things first, okay, expose for the scene. My shutter speed is my friend here, right? So my exposure at the camera is 1/10 of a second. That gives me the ambience of the scene. Not too much, just enough to be informative. Then my main light for him, as I say, it's dictated by the placement or existing light over here to camera left. What we're doing is we're holding an easy box. It's a 24-inch softbox on a boom type of arm, and it's a handheld type of an approach, okay, in here, okay? Now, that light becomes his main light. It really just filters in with what exists here. My auto white balance is working for me here, and then it's cleaning the scene up, but not too much. I want a little bit of that tone and inflection of the kind of greenish, yellowish, sort of industrial feel of the place to remain existing in the photograph. So I've got a white light flash coming this way, lighting Charlie in accordance with the existing light here. Then what happens is the background plays into it. I've got enough of that. But what am I missing? I'm missing this table. This is very important because this has the information I need to convey to my reader that Charlie is a bagpipe repairman. So my main light is set. Very first and foremost important step, okay? I always advocate getting your main light, your subject light, the light that drives your solution for the location, get that right, get it set. Now this luxury item basically, not really a luxury item, I think it's actually pretty essential. You have to bring a light in here, and it has to be specific to this stuff. If you bring in, again, a big sort of uncontrollable light source like an umbrella, you're going to flood this area with light and lose some character. Open up the shadow on Charlie's face, make him appear to be a little bit flat looking. So your light has to be specific for this, and I find a perfect solution for that is to bring a stand, okay, which we did in here, kind of boom an arm out here, and what we did was we put a speed light, a Group B speed light on this, and we put it into a snooted grid. It's a Flashpoint item, okay? It's the Adorama house brand. I've got it right here. It's, we call it a snooted grid, and that is because it's a snoot with a grid. Seeing this now, let me just refine this drawing a little bit because I'm kind of drawing backwards here. I drew it this way so you could see the profile of this snooted grid, but actually what's happening is this whole light is, okay, let's take this away here. What this whole light is doing is the snooted grid is up here, okay, and it's pointing this direction down in here. So it's creating a pool of light right in here that's informing that dark wood. You have to pump a fair amount of light at this stuff because that wood on that table is kind of like a light sponge. So I have a Group A light over here, which is my main light, okay, and I have a Group B light over here, which is my detail or environmental light. This light is specific to this table. It's not spilling or influencing Charlie at all. He's completely governed by the existing quality of light up in here, supplemented by the Group A main light over here. This is Joe McNally for Adorama TV signing off, talking to you about the character of light on a location and matching that character with the lighting that you bring to that location.
For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 8 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.